How's it going, everybody? Jake here, and today we're gonna make a video on my top recommendations on what to get for a first guitar effects pedal. Now, before we dig in, I just want you guys to know these are all just my personal opinions, therefore you do not have to take them. Don't let anybody tell you what to do with effects pedals, because being a guitar player is all about finding your own sound. So, let's dig in. So number one, you probably have gone into this guitar shop and you've looked at this ginormous pedal case and you have no idea where to start. What do? Do you close your eyes and point? Do you let the salesman just give you a random effect? Well, it's best to go in with a little bit of education on effects pedals. So, my first recommendation for a good first effect pedal would be a delay pedal. Now, what a delay does is it's very simple. It makes your sound repeat. Now, this is very helpful because it will make your tone sound a lot bigger. Now, you may see some rock bands on stage or in videos and such, and you're like, how is their tone so big? Well, a little cheat to get such a big tone when it's just you playing is to use a delay pedal, because it makes it sound like there's multiple of you. It makes it sound huge. That's how the big rock bands of the 80s got that huge, ginormous live sound, was using delay pedals. Now, my first recommendation, if you can, would to just be get the industry standard, get a carbon copy. This is a straightforward analog delay that sounds great. Now, if you're on a bit more of a budget, TC Electronic released a affordable line last year, and in that line is a pedal called the Gauze, and that is a copy of the carbon copy. Whoa, say that 3 times fast. Copy of the carbon copy, copy of the carbon copy, copy of the carbon. Anyway, we're getting off track. Number 2, a reverb pedal. So what a reverb pedal does is it makes it sound like you're in a room. Now this again can add to making your guitar sound huge. But what reverb pedals can also do is make very ambient sounding music. If you turn them up really high, then they can make it sound almost like you're in space. It's crazy what you can do with reverb pedals, and it'll definitely give you something new to play with. Now, one of my favorite reverb pedals that's out is the TC Electronic Hall of Fame, because it has so many different options on it. However, I tend to like a more simple reverb, therefore really like the TC Hall of Fame Mini, which is just a 1-knob reverb. Now, if you're on a little bit more of a budget, again from the TC line, they make the Sky Surfer, which is a 3-knob, very good sounding, affordable reverb pedal. Now, my number 1 recommendation, a modulation pedal. Now, a modulation pedal pretty much falls into the category of everything else. A good way to think of a modulation pedal is something that sounds quirky, something that sounds maybe a little weird. My favorites are phasers, flangers, octave pedals, etc. They just make your tone sound so different. And the reason why I recommend this for a first pedal is because it gives you something fun to play with. While some pedals are more so tools, these are intended to make quirky sounds. So if you're just starting out, I would always recommend a Phase 90. It's been the industry standard pedal since the 70s. It's a 1-knob pedal that can do all sorts of crazy things. Now, another really cool modulation that is a great tool is a chorus pedal. So a chorus pedal will basically double your sound and make it sound like there's tons of you. But it adds this modulated tone that you'll hear a lot in guitar solos. Now, MXR and Boss both make some awesome chorus pedals, but again, TC is killing it with their affordable line. They have something called the Afterglow Chorus, which is a great bang for the buck pedal. Now, let's get into the main discussion of this video. Why you should never buy a tube screamer for your first pedal. Here in my hand, I hold the Ibanez TS9 tube screamer, which is probably my favorite pedal. So you're probably wondering, why am I telling you not to buy it? Well, it's very simple. This pedal is a tool. It's not going to add any quirkiness to your tone. It's a straightforward tool. So what I use this for is to maybe push my tube amp when I can't crank it really loud, or I might push this to get a little bit more ease for my soloing. This is the perfect pedal for that purpose. But a lot of you buying a first effects pedal might be at home. You might have a small solid state amp or a small modeling amp, where if you put this into the front of it, for one, those amps aren't really made for that. They won't it's just gonna make your sound louder a little bit. So that's not gonna be very exciting when you go home with your first pedal and you plug it in and you're like, oh, it makes my amp sound louder? See, it doesn't quite make sense, and I think that guitar players get this in their head because I think it's safe to say probably 8 out of 10 guitar players own this pedal. I think it's safe to say that a lot of guitar players will go to people asking for opinions for their first pedal. Guitar players just go, get a tube screamer. Now, where this might be a good idea for people starting out is if your amp doesn't distort very easily. Now, if your amp doesn't distort, I would recommend getting what's called a distortion pedal. Now, one thing to keep in mind, I have never come across a good sounding, affordable distortion pedal, in my opinion. Overdrives, there's a few out there, but distortions, you really gotta spend some money to get a good one. So if you're looking to get that a good distorted tone, the Full Tone OCD is a great pedal. It sounds very genuine, and it's something that you can use for years and years. Now, a little bit more affordable option would be the Electro-Harmonic Soul Food. This is, again, a very good pedal distortion that doesn't sound fake and tinny. So, maybe you don't know. Maybe even after this video, you still don't know what you want. Well, you're in luck. There is something on the market called multi-effects pedals. Now, these are a bunch of pedals jammed into one pedal so you can kind of figure out what you like. Now, this is a very temporary solution in my opinion. There's very, very good multi-effect units, but you're gonna pay some money to get those. So one of my favorite multi-effects units is called the Line 6 M5. This is packed with all sorts of delays and overdrives and distortions and chorus pedals and pitch benders and filters and all different sorts of pedals. That way you can kind of go through this pedal and figure out exactly what you like. So guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Now, do remember, it is a very scary experience going into the guitar store for the first time and looking at that giant pedal case and wondering what to get. Just remember to take a few deep breaths and to do your research. Plus, I've never been to a guitar shop that won't let you try them out before you buy them. So don't be afraid to ask for one out of the case to find out what you like. Anyway guys, that's pretty much gonna do it for this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, throw a thumbs up on this video, and if you have any questions, the comment section is down below. We'll see you guys later.